Hi, I'm Elin from Blues Pills.
And I'm Dorian.
And you're watching and listening to Linea Rock.
Hi Blues Pills, welcome to Milan.
Thank you, hi.
And welcome to Linea Rock.
Thank you.
We have Elin and Dorian from the band here today and presenting the new album which is coming out August 5th,
yes.
If I'm correct. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first thing, of course, to you, Elin, the queen of the band.
The queen.
Okay, so you've been defined like Tina Turner, meeting Etta James, meeting Janis Joplin, a lot of things, which are a big responsibility.
Yeah.
Has this something to do with the Lady in Gold title that you chose for the second record?
No, actually not. No, I actually got, on this album, we got inspired, like, lyric-wise by Kate Bush.
Oh, wow.
Because we've been listening to that a lot. So we wanted to write more stories, you know. Yeah. She's a storyteller.
Yeah.
So we got more inspired, like, lyrically from that. But, yeah.
So the Lady in Gold is referred to her and you? Or
no, it's more like her vision, you know, because she always writes stories.
Yes.
So the Lady in Gold is this powerful woman that is representing death in a way. And she's beautiful, powerful, but deadly. And you don't want to meet her, but eventually you will meet her.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about you is in that character? Do you feel like you belong to this vision or
no? It's just a fairy tale, I guess. But we just kind of recently recorded a video, and in that video I'm playing the character Lady in Gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do Kate Bush know that she's been an inspiration for you guys?
No, probably not.
No, she will know now.
Yes.
Okay. So which are the pros and cons of being a lady in rock from your point of view, Elin?
The pros and cons,
yes.
It's, I think... I haven't really thought of it like that, but I guess it is a man's world, the rock scene and the metal scene.
Yeah.
And I think people judge more women, like how we look, how we perform, what we say, questioning. You know, like it's more judgmental towards women, but for our case, people are so supportive to us. So maybe it's also the other, you know, it's a weight.
Yeah.
there.
The other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Okay. When you started working on this new album, which is the second full-length record that you do, and how long did the process, you know, take from the first step to the final product?
We we went into the studio 2014, at the end of 2014, and we've been touring so much these 2 years. So we've been, going from studio to touring, studio touring. So during the time period from 2014, when we started to write the songs in the studio and create demos, but overall, like the time we spent was maybe 6 months, which is a long time, but. Yeah, we have a great producer who let us be in the studio and, you know, experiment. And I think that's a reason we also developed as music writers and as well as touring, you know, that we matured a bit, I'd say.
Since you're very much on tour, where did you record? In a precise place, or you've been recording in different studios? And who produced the record?
Don Alsterberg produced the record, and he produced the first one we did as well.
Okay.
And he has a studio in Gothenburg. We live in a small town called Örebro, but it's not so far away. I mean, it's a train ride.
So we recorded in Gothenburg.
Yeah.
There, okay, just
at his
there.
studio.
Yeah. So that's why also took so long, because you were on tour, so you waited to get back to.
Yeah, and he is touring as well.
Yeah, he's a sound guy, so he goes on tour with other bands.
Yeah.
And so
it it was hard to find the time, but
Yeah.
But that could be good. I mean, since you're very often on tour, as you said, do you also compose when you're on the road? Since you have also the producer with you, so maybe you can.
No, we
He's
don't
not
have
on
it.
tour with us.
Yeah, he's
touring
on
with other
he's
bands.
touring with Refuse. So.
Okay. So
No, and we. I can't write when I'm on tour.
No way?
No, and I know when people say like I can write so much when I'm on tour, and I'm like, no, I can't. It's doesn't work like that for me. And it's like the schedule is, you have stuff to do every day when you're on tour.
yeah.
But of course you can think of ideas and stuff. Some ideas just come. Like, for example, we played, but that was only one show. We played in Switzerland during Christmas 2 years ago. And then I came up with the melody for "You've Been Gone So Long," which is the fifth track on the album. So sometimes it just comes, but sometimes you have to like squeeze it out. Yeah.
Do you at the moment have any favorite track on the new record that you like also to listen to and say, hi, we did a good job?
Yeah.
I really like that song actually, "Gone So Long."
Gone So Long, yeah.
Depends every day.
Yeah, I think I have a few favorites.
A few, okay.
Yeah, I think "Lady in Gold" is great, and "Little Boy Preacher," and "Bad Talkers," and "You Gotta Try."
Okay.
So I have 4, but it changes from now and then.
Yeah, I have a handful of favorites as well. Yeah.
So 2 of the band members, if I'm correct, are from America, and 2 from Sweden. Is that correct?
No, that's incorrect.
Okay, so you can correct me.
So the first drummer, he was American.
Okay.
But we're not playing with him anymore, unfortunately. But we have a great drummer who is Swedish, who's André Kvarnström.
There's 2 Swedish.
So it's me. I'm Swedish.
Swedish, yeah.
And this guy is French.
French.
And our bass player is American.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the first place, you had 2 Americans in the band. Why you didn't choose, to have a bass in the States? Since, there's a big scene there and a lot of possibilities, for guys like a band like you.
Yeah, I agree. I think I wanted to move there, but it's also a bit difficult to moving there, like with the visas and so on. And also, Zach and Corey, they knew people already. They had friends in Sweden because they were touring with other bands before. So for them, they wanted to move to Sweden. So I guess I got overruled, and as well, like for a French citizen, it's easier to move to Sweden, and as well for American citizen.
By the way, Sweden is like the America of Europe right now, because a lot of things are going on there. A lot of bands coming out. So I guess
it is a good.
It's a great country for music. Yeah.
Can you give us a brief history of how Blues Pills got together? It's been 5 years now, 5-6 years.
More like 4.
4. Okay.
Like 4, more like 4, I think.
Yeah.
How did you get together? Who had the idea, and and did it actually turn out as you wanted to, or you just started, as just we want to just play some music, and then everything happened, or it was your precise goal to go there?
I think I'm not gonna say like the universe made us meet, but I think it was a bit of luck and a bit of coincidence happening. And both me and Dorian, we have played in other bands, and Zach and Corey as well. So we met like on a musical level online, and then I, for instance, just lost my job in my hometown. So and they kind of fired me in a weird way. So I got a bit more extra money from going out from it. So I just rented out my apartment, and I went to the States to just visit. Like to just be, because I always wanted to go to America and check it out. And then it like sort of grew from there, and we started to write some of the songs in 2011, just making demos. And Zach and Corey had been on tour like in Europe and in Sweden before this, and in France. And during one time Dorian's band opened for them in one show in France, and they got amazed because I remember they were talking to me about him even before Blues Pills, you know, even was established, like even have written a song.
Yeah.
So they were amazed by this guy, and which I agree. Sort of we recorded demos, and you sent over solos. And then we posted it online, and we got a small record deal in Sweden on Crusher Records, and then we toured, and then eventually it became so serious, so they all moved to Sweden, and that's when you kind of realize that this, you know, we have potential to do this with our lives, like doing it, and also on a musical connection. Like I've never had that with, like I have with these guys, and as well I had with Corey. But like Andre and Dorian and Zach, we have a special musical connection, and I think it's rare.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And how has your music evolved through the years, you know, from the EP's first album, now second album, the fact that you're touring a lot, you know, and which is also a vintage approach, you know, like the old days.
Yeah.
And you stick a lot to the roots, but you have also a big personality as a band.
Yeah.
Through your ears, how has your music evolved? Do you feel the growing, or there's a lot or more that you can do? What do you think?
It's been growing. I think like especially from the first
demos.
The first demos, and then the first record, and then this one, like there's more influences on this one.
It's wider. Yeah. It's a wider range.
Like the first one was really like blues rock oriented, I guess, and then this one still has still has this blues rock from the first record, but has more soul influences. And I think we found more of our own, you know, sound, and you know, some of the songs, or it's more like personal in that way, I think. So we've been I think we've been growing, and it's more it's more personal, and
and I think also, especially on the last album now, we all collectively wrote it together.
Yeah.
So it's everyone put in as much, you know, and that I think you can hear as well from touring, and just also you get a wider perspective on life in general when you get to see so much stuff, you know, like we visit so many countries and cities, and we see all parts, all different. We meet all different kinds of people, so I think you get a bit matured, and
Blues Pills are considered part, you know, of the revival, vintage rock, classic rock scene, just like, you know, Rival Sons or Temperance Movement, The Answer, you know, that good scene. Why in this phase of rock history do you think there's so much need of revival, you know, to go back to the roots? Why now?
I think it always been there, like, but it's just maybe been a bit underground. It like never went away, but it still continued. And I think people are getting more aware of what, you know, we get more aware, especially younger people as well, what we eat, what we buy, where it comes from. And I think maybe people are just a bit fed up with all this bubblegum music that, you know, you chew it and then you spit it out, and then next one. And for us, it's like a privilege because we have a lot of metal fans, and people that are into metal and like rock, classic rock, they are music lovers. They really know what they want to listen to, and they like, you know, do their research, and they find their bands that they love and like, and then they support you the fullest. Like, and I think more younger people are starting to get that as well, to that point.
And, you know, having this vintage approach was something that you decided since the beginning, or it simply came naturally?
I think it came naturally. Yeah. And I mean, none of us, have you ever recorded digital, no? Because the EP.
Did.
Oh yeah, the EP, but that's like 4 songs.
Yeah, one EP was recorded digital.
But it was by ourselves, you know, so it wasn't like we didn't go to a fancy studio and record it digital. So we are just used to this now.
We learned a lot though, like recording that EP, that yeah, when you record on the computer, you're able to, you know, do so much in editing and stuff, and we learned that actually kills, you know, the what you want to hear, that kills the emotion, the magic. And so it's a way, like, it's not only recording on tape, it's like a mindset, like where like you can't save like a take and do a few more and then mix. You have to actually be playing, like, and know how to play it. And you know, when we're recording, we're all, you know, playing together, and then we focus on getting the right drum takes. But we're still, you know, everybody's playing there, together, so you get that feel. And
also, like, you don't just sit and watch a computer, like on the computer, like, you know, every rhythm is like everything is on. What to say? Yeah, you don't watch it, you listen.
Yes.
And you do one take, and then you can't save. You have to decide. Like, you can't have 100 different takes. You just like, this is the take.
And what do you listen to mainly? Is just classic rock, or there's also some new bands, modern style that you like?
I like Rival Sons.
Of course.
I think they're great. Temperance Movement, Vintage Trouble.
All right.
Alabama Shakes.
Yeah.
It's I love them. Their new album is incredible. Like the one they released last year. I think she's best singer around nowadays. One of the best ones.
Okay.
And but then, of course, like at home now, when we've been playing so much, and I've kind of just started to listen to more maybe softer music coming home.
Really?
Like,
same for me. Like you said, like, do you listen only to the classic rock?
Yeah, not now.
I don't listen
right
too
now.
much classic rock actually, but more like softer.
Yeah,
and like soul. And
also depends.
Folk music and
it depends like how your mood is, I guess.
Yeah.
Which are basically the same roots that, you know, the classic rock bands had. So that's maybe where, you know, your classic also approach comes from. That's interesting. Okay. So for the cover, the artwork of this second album, you called once again the Dutch artist Mr. Dunham. That's correct.
Yeah.
Which is famous also for his work with the Beatles, Cream, Eric Clapton. What's special about your collaboration with him? And is his work like the visual transposing of your music in your opinion?
I guess we have to say Miss Dunham.
It's a lady.
Yeah. It's a lady. Yeah, okay. I didn't know about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Miss Dunham.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an honor to be able to have her work to be the image of the records.
I think I think it complements our music so good, and I'm so happy we worked with her from the first album, like full length, and now this one. So because we released a live album as well.
Yeah.
So I got because before, when we wanted to have artwork made before the album came out and before we were in contact with her, we always sent paintings of her. Of Marike's to other artists, like maybe get inspired by this. And then Zach, the bass player, he was like, maybe we can actually get a hold of Marike herself. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he did. So since then, she's been working with us, and I like that she uses a lot of symbolism in her work, and all these paintings she painted in the 60s. The new one was a black and white painting, but now she colored it just recently for us to have on the record. And I think
you give inputs, or she just like listen to the music and
they were already made.
Yeah, she already made them, so she licensed them like so we could use them for our band. And she still do a lot of art. Yeah. Right now as well, and doing. She's still active, so it's cool. Yeah.
So maybe you've been asked this question a million times, but I have the curiosity as well. Who thought about the name Blues Pills, and where did it come from?
Should I say it? So the name comes from our friend, and his name is Jens Heid. He has this. It's pretty cool. It's a great festival in Germany called Freak Valley Festival. And he had this music blog that was called Blues Pills with a Z. And he posted and wrote about obscure band from the 60s, like psychedelic blues and rock and so on. So Zach, once again, thought this was a great idea of a name, and he asked if we could use it, and he said, of course you can use it.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's been really supportive of us as well, like booking us in the beginning and having us on his festival, and that's also one of the reasons we released the live album, because it's from his festival, just to pay something back to him and support back.
Okay, since you mentioned live, last February and March you've been around Europe touring, including 3 shows in Italy, but you're coming back next fall. Okay, so how would you invite people, to come over at the Alcatraz in Milan on October 19th, which is a bigger venue for you in Italy this time? Maybe just one show, but bigger. So how would you invite the people to come over? Of course, your fans will come, because it's always packed when you come here. So, but now we need more. So this is your chance.
We need more. He better come. We need more.
Well, there will be. I would definitely mention that Cadaver will be playing with us. Yeah, and I would say,
2 great bands.
That's an awesome band. Yeah, so you got to check it out. And for the people that heard us, it's going to be, a big difference also from the past shows we've done here, because we'll have our new album. So we'll be playing, a lot of new songs together with
the old ones.
Yeah, and so, for anybody that's into, blues, rock, psychedelic and soul,
and want to have a good time, they should definitely come on the 19th of October.
So the set will be a mixture of the first album, second album.
Yes.
Do you have any covers that you're working on? Maybe a Kate Bush song?
There's
pretty cool. I can't go that high though.
All right.
There's a cover on the record from Tony Joe White.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance we'll be playing it.
Maybe we find when we decide to make a cover or play a cover, they just sort of come to us. So maybe there will be a song will come.
What do you mean
again.
It comes to you?
They just appear, and then we
just start to play it.
Just in the air.
Just you listen to it and say, "Hey, this is a good one," or
or we've been listening to it, and then we someone start playing it in the when we practice, and then we're sound checking it, and then it's that's it, let's do it.
Okay. Thanks very much, guys, for your time.
Thank you for having us.
See you in October.
Yes.
We will be definitely there.
Awesome. Okay? Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.